Banana split. Hello there, truckers, drivers, and adventurers. I am the killer trucker in training, and I'm back here in Phoenix at the hotel. And as you can see, it's the mirror universe. Except they still have this. So I don't know, maybe this is the prime universe. I just still have this. Anyway, just in here for one night. It's time to load up the van and head over to Top Gun. we are here at the facility. You may have noticed on that drive, well, one, it was a bit more stable because I've got myself a GoPro mount with a cell phone adapter, so works actually pretty nice. But the second thing is that there was a Swift bus in front of us, and that is the shuttle that goes and takes everyone. Well, it was a bit ahead, so I don't have a shuttle to take me over to the classroom, but that's okay. I can walk there. I've got enough time, and it's good exercise. So, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and do this. Hey, check this out, folks. That's my truck right there. Well, just for this week. I get the nice gray one. Kind of goes with my beard. There's no refrigerator in it, so I'm gonna have to take the van out, get myself a cooler, so that way I can put my food in there, so that way it's cold. But yeah, we'll take a look at it here, and I'll show you the inside. Okay, so here we are inside the truck. This is a Kenworth, I believe. So you can see everything here. I got my water bottle that doesn't have any water in it. There is no refrigerator in here. There's just this. So I'm gonna have to go get a cooler so that way I can put my stuff in there. It is hot in here. I have the air running, but yeah. Hopefully it'll cool down because I'm just kind of sweating at this moment. But, yep, here it is. This is the top bunk. I think I can just pull this. I can set my stuff on top if I wanted to. Looks like, I don't know, is this a light or something? But yeah, you can see the bunk down here. It's, it's alright. it's okay. Some temperature controls back here. I don't really feel... Let me see. Is there any air coming out of this thing here? No, there's not. Oh, yeah, there is. Okay. Now I can feel it. My goodness. What is this thing? Oh, it's a light. Hey, we got light back here. I see the light. Yeah, so there's like a radio back here. I've got this turned all the way down here, and I don't know. Oh, that's the fans. Okay. I get it. I get it. The only outlet, though, is this over here. That is the only outlet that I'm seeing in here to be able to plug something up. So, thankfully, my extension cable has a few extra plugs in it, so that'll work. And this is also very important because, well, I think I've mentioned it before, but I have sleep apnea. So I have a CPAP machine that needs to be plugged in somewhere. And so this is where it's going to be plugged in at. But, yeah, you know, I'm just kind of tearing things apart at the moment. But, yeah, I guess the, microwave or whatever goes there. I kind of want a toaster oven, you know what? Because you can toast stuff with it. You can't really toast stuff with a microwave. Fridge would go here, if there was one. Or perhaps over here. But, you know, we got a closet door. Closet where I can put stuff in here. And then this is like really, really spacious up here. So I can put some stuff there if I want to. Got some stuff here. There's another thing here. It's okay, but I like the trucks that have the storage up here on the top, so you've got more room to put stuff. Let me see. Okay, that you just hang stuff up there. Apparently, I guess you can put a CB right there. Yes, I'll be getting a CB. You better believe it. I think those are lights. I'll be damned. I don't know how they turn on, but there's like, see, your TV mount goes here. I ain't gonna worry about that because it's off to a weird angle. So, like, whenever I get my truck, I'm just going to get a full folding table, and I'll just set it across. Well, that's not a whole lot of space, is it? No, it's not. So, I'll get a small something, and I'll just sit here, and yeah, so my gaming thing will be sitting right here. Or I'll have something sitting here. I mean, the truck that I get may not be, obviously this model. I mean, I could have a Freightliner, I could have a Volvo. I mean, who knows? Who knows what I could end up with. But, yeah. So this is the truck hotel. This is where I'm staying at. This is where I'm going to rough it out. Rough it out for a week. Oh, yes, I need to talk about what I got for Top Gun. Okay, so I got this hat. Top Gun Driver Academy. And then they gave me a sleeping bag. Woohoo! I don't have to buy one. And I got a duffel bag with... Oh, okay. I was like wondering what that is. That's just a thing to flatten out the bottom. So, yeah. This here is a backpack that I bought almost 2 months ago, because I got this for a gaming laptop that I thought I would have had by now, and I was going to get the Predator laptop. I think I'm going to go with an Alienware. I'm looking at the Alienware X7, fully maxed out. It's like over $4,000, but it'll have a 3080 graphics card. Was it four terabytes of space? I mean, it's gonna be a beefy laptop, but yeah, that's gonna be the gaming rig slash editing system, and the i3 that I currently have, that can be used to also do some rendering. But most importantly, the fact that Flight Simulator 2000 works really well on it, minus the fact that some add-ons don't work. I'm definitely... Why am I just staring at this? I don't know. Maybe I should just, do this so that way you can see me. So, yeah. I think it's just great that I'll be able to do some nice Flight Simulator 2000 videos that will look good. And that will kind of hold us over until I can actually have a proper retro machine where everything will work with it. But yeah, for now. Oh, you know what? I just found another outlet. Right here. There's another outlet. All right, so we got two sets of outlets. There's one there. There's one there. But there are none over on this side from what I can see. Does this open up? No, this doesn't open up. That's kind of weird that there's nothing over on this side. You'd think that there'd be a plug or something. There's DC. There's a DC outlet like right there. So yeah, there's DC, but speakers in the back. You know what, folks? Once I start getting some money in my pocket, after a while, I might bring back my radio station. I might bring back KILR Radio. Because it would be kind of nice to have that going while I'm driving. Because, hey, it's my radio station. And I've got a wide variety of music for it. And so, yeah, I would just have it broadcasting live from home. And I would just tune into it, while I'm driving and stuff. Pretty darn sweet, if I say so myself. Assuming you can see me. Maybe I should go like this, so that way you can see me a little better. It was probably all dark and stuff, but yeah. So, this is the truck. It's pretty cool. It's not the one that I'm gonna have. I don't know what mine's gonna look like, but it's a start. Ooh, pretty lights. So pretty. Okay, so we're back. So, well, let's talk about today. So, well, we were supposed to meet at the Jake Break Cafe. That's what it's called, which is actually not too bad. It's, you know, it's like your typical, you know, work cafeteria. The food seemed pretty decent. We were supposed to meet there with the instructor, and then he would take us over to the classroom. Well, I didn't quite follow instructions. I was already over there by the classroom. So, but it's quite all right. So yeah, when we got in, there was some paperwork that we were going through. So yeah, we were going through the paperwork and the stuff that we're going to be taught this week, and then we logged into the computers, got logged into our accounts, where we can go in and we can put our direct deposit information in there. But we also have access to what's called the Swift University, which has got online courses in regards to trucking. And the classes that we needed to take for Top Gun are in there. Now, we had an interesting situation to where we were logged in, but it was showing that someone else had completed them. Well, I was the only one. There's only 4 of us, okay? There's 4 of us for the morning class and 4 for the evening class. So I'm in the morning class. Out of the 4 of us, I was the only one who worked in an office with tech support. So I was able to help everyone as far as, hey, what we need to do is we need to clear the browser cache and then close out of the browser completely and reopen it. And sure enough, it worked. So we're able to access our stuff, and so we were working on that for a bit. And then the instructor powered up the simulators and started showing them to us. And then we got to start practicing with the simulators. And the first thing that we did was, you know what it kind of reminds me of? The simulators remind me of like a game that has tutorials, because it started off where you're on the road and it says drive forward at 20 miles per hour and hold it there for like, I don't know, 20 seconds, and then when that time runs out, it'll say, okay, now stop in between the lines that's coming up. You do that, and then it would say, okay, now drive 30 miles per hour and for so many seconds, and then stop at the white lines. And then the next one was 40 miles per hour, but then it would start putting cones out in the distance, and you would have to turn early. And then, so it's kind of getting you adjusted to how the simulator works. And then you had to stop between the lines. And then the next one was a backing maneuver. So you have, and it grades you on the horn. So when you're backing up, you actually have to blast the horn, otherwise you get marked off a point for not doing that. But you're looking at your mirrors and looking for the cones behind you to back up in between. And then when you pass that, it's like, boom, another 2 cones show up, and they're like in a different spot, and you have to kind of move the tractor and the trailer to back up behind that one. And then the last one of that set had 2 sets of cones, and they were off to an angle like this. And so you had to move your tractor and trailer in a way to be able to angle it and come in backing in straight. And then the other one that we did was in regards to just pretty much straight line backing, and this kind of reminded me a bit of American Truck Simulator. So you're in a parking lot, and I'm gonna do it in the viewpoint as you were seeing it. So where I'm at, there's a wall, there's a couple of semis here, and there's a space in between. So you have to drive like this. There's a building here, so you have to drive like this and around, wait, and then get your trailer and tractor straight, and then back up straight in between the two semis. One of them, the first time you do it, there's a line. There's a line that you can use to follow all the way back. The second one, the line isn't there, but there's a cone at the very end. I'm going to assume the third one doesn't have the cone at all. I don't know. I didn't get that far, because there's only 2 simulators, and there are 4 of us, so we were kind of switching off. And then we went outside and we worked with a real truck, and we drove forward, went back, and then we learned a different type of offset parking, which is a lot different than what they teach for the CDL. So this offset parking was taught to us as far as doing an S-shaped offset. And I kind of did something like that in American Truck Simulator, the most recent live stream, or both of them, I think, the one on Twitch and on YouTube. You're pulling forward. Let's say you want to get to this lane over here on this side. You're pulling forward, and then you do this S shape. So you turn hard this direction up to the edge of whatever that line is, and then turn. I don't know if you turn hard the other direction or mostly, but you're coming back this way, and as the trailer starts to come in and line up, then you straighten your tractor up back this way, and then you're basically on this side, and you can work your way back. And then we did it the other way around. I struggled with that one a little bit. And it was because there's like a dock here, make believe, and there's a little space in between. Well, when I was coming in, I wasn't looking at the right set of cones. I was looking at the middle. So when I was in here, I wound up being in the middle of the 2 lanes and trying to figure out how in the heck to get back to, where I needed to. But I wound up being able to do it. And we're supposed to be practicing those pretty much all this week, and then he's going to be adding more stuff. So we're going to be doing 45-degree backing, 90-degree backing. He says very rarely do you ever use parallel parking, but I think he's still going to teach it to us. As far as the simulators go, I mean, they're cool. There are 3 monitors here, here, and here, and it's very flat. The stuff that you can get for your computer nowadays is a lot better. I think this stuff dates back like 8 years or something. I think the first 18 Wheels of Steel game is probably has better graphics than this thing does. But it's cool. It's neat, and you can program it with a variety of different things. So you can program it with snow and fog and haze and rain, sun glare. You can put in wind, so you can have like a crosswind and stuff, kind of blowing you one way or the other. And I think it simulates going uphill, going downhill, and then also you can throw in like random elements, like a pedestrian or something along those lines. And I think the most expensive part of the simulator, they're like $350,000, something like that. But it has, an actual, chair that's air. It's got air pressure underneath it or whatever, and it's got little armrests and a seat belt. And it's, when you move it, the whole platform like moves, does this. So you know, it's like you're sitting in a ride or of some sort. It's kind of cool actually. And then there are other monitors that are being used for the controls. So you've got your 3 monitors up here, which is acting like your windshield, side mirrors, and or side windows, and then the mirrors. But then here in front of you, where the steering wheel is at, is another monitor, and it's got all the it's got the dash, it's got all your gauges and stuff, and apparently you can reprogram that, select different types of trucks, and get, you know, the appropriate gauge for that truck. It's kind of neat. So you got that here, and then you have another monitor down here, and there's and this is where the parking brake, the tractor parking brake, and the trailer parking brake are at, as far as those spring brakes. So those little knobs, they don't have the actual knobs. It's touch screen. So those are there. The transmission going from neutral to drive, it's on that screen. But also on this screen is some other buttons that you select in order to choose the skill that you're going to be working on. Plus, there's another button that allows you to do this get out and look. So you press it and you can get to an external view and kind of go around the tractor and the trailer in a 360 degree fashion, and plus you can do like an aerial view and stuff like that. But and there are some other buttons there that he said that we're not going to be messing with. I think there's like one where you can load up your vehicle and have a certain amount of weight on it or some stuff. But yeah, so far that's the simulator. It's very basic. It doesn't look like, you know, you do things like real-time deliveries from here to there. Nah, it's nothing like that. It's more or less just like skills. You know, like if you were to have a game and it has like a skill, it's like, oh, it's like Flight Simulator 2020. You know how they have those little challenges and stuff? It's like, yeah, you're going to fly from here and land at this airport, you know, and then it kind of grades you. That's kind of like what it is. It's kind of like that. And the graphics are just, you know, 10 years old. So it's okay. I mean, you're looking out the side and you can see the trees and it's all like flat. It's about the same as, like, I don't know, Flight Simulator 98 or maybe Flight Simulator 5. I don't know. Being able to sit in them and work with it was good. And it seemed like I think I was the only one that really liked the simulator. And the instructor, you know, he learned that I was a gamer and I like games, and he's like, oh yeah, gamers love these simulators. And I'm like, he's like, they're the ones who seem to adjust well to these simulators. The weird thing about it though is that the steering wheel, which is a full-size steering wheel, it seems to turn a lot more than what a real truck does. Now what I've noticed in a real truck is when you turn the wheel, you can turn it like 2 times, you know, before the wheels stop, because that's how you find out that's how you wind up centering your wheels. If you don't know where your wheels are at, turn it all the way and then turn it the opposite direction 2 full turns and your wheels will be straight. So that's what I was taught. But for some reason on these simulators, I think they're going 3 turns, because every time I think it's centered, it's not. I have to turn it a whole nother turn. I think they're turning 3 turns. If I can remember, I'm going to test that theory tomorrow. And of course, it's hard to figure out because you don't know if the wheels are straight. I guess the thing to do is to turn it hard in one direction and then turn it the other direction and see how many times it takes to get to the other end. So 2 turns get center, 2 more turns will get to the other end. So if it takes 4 turns, it's the same as a semi. If it's 6 turns, then yeah, there's an extra turn in there. Anyhow, after that was done, I mean, it was quite warm out here, but we were shown
where the showers were at. Any food that we had brought, we had to leave it in the refrigerator cooler thing that's over at the academy. One of us has a refrigerator in his truck, but the rest of us don't. I was going to go out and get myself a cooler to put ice and stuff in, because there is an ice machine over at the academy. Me and the other guys, we went out to dinner, so I didn't go to the store. It was interesting because our instructor had mentioned a banana split because of how hot it was, and one of the other students was like, "Oh man, I hadn't had a banana split in a long time," and I'm like, "Yeah, neither have I." And so we just decided that we would go out and get a banana split. I told everyone I was going to get a banana split, so here it is, man. Banana split. So we went to Dairy Queen, and we got some food there, and a banana split. Yeah, we had a good time. And one of the guys is Romanian, and he was while he was driving us there to Dairy Queen and back, he's like jamming out to his Romanian music, which was it was actually kind of cool. And he was saying, yeah, he's like, yo bro, it's like, I'm opening you up to all kinds of different music. He's like, you probably never heard any of this stuff. And I'm like, no. It's like, yes I have. It's like, I was stationed in Germany when I was in the army. He's like, oh, you know all this stuff. And I'm like, yep. Yes I do. So hey, I might be 50 years old, but I can appreciate good music when I hear it. Doesn't matter what year it is, you know. If it's good music, I can appreciate it. Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. That's everything that happened today. And you know, here I am in the truck, and it's cool. It's really cool. It seems a little cramped in here. I don't think the camera really gives it justice, but no, I mean, it feels like I could have, you know, if I'm in here by myself. Now, if I'm sharing it with someone, yeah, it's going to be kind of crowded. But by myself, no, I think yeah, I would be able to, I'd be okay, honestly. And as far as a studio and stuff, I mean, I can easily, you know, get a portable green screen and set it up, you know, like right here. I mean, when you lift this bunk all the way up, I mean, you've got tons of space here. Now, of course, if you've got this filled up with a whole bunch of stuff up here, you know, like you've got for storage, well, then you might have a little bit of issue, but I'll figure it out. For those of you who are fans of The Sims 4 has that one add-on called Tiny Living Space, or Tiny Living, or something like that. I don't have that expansion. I'd like to get it. Maybe I can afford it now. I don't know. But yeah, you know, where you live in a small space, but you try to make do with the space that you have. There you go. This is pretty much what this is. And so it's just kind of an interesting challenge just to see what can you do in just what little space that you have. And well, you know, with this series, there's a lot of different things I'm going to try, and different products that I think might help some of you folks out there that are either in trucking and looking for ideas of how to, you know, live more comfortably out on the road, and maybe for some of you that are thinking about going on the road. Yeah, it's going to be a fun series, and this Top Gun program is going to be a lot of fun. Also, too, I was supposed to start the flatbed training this week, and unfortunately that got canceled because the fellow that was going to be doing the training got sick. And sadly, he had been sick before. And I met him last week. He finally came back, but apparently he got sick again. So none of that flatbed training is going to happen this week, which, it's okay. This just gives me more time to focus on the Top Gun stuff, which I've been really excited about. Also, interesting story. is that my driver qualification leader called me today, and she was saying, oh, I got a mentor I can hook you up with. He's going to be going from Phoenix to Las Vegas. And I said, oh, I'm in Top Gun. Oh. And she said, okay, well, I'll contact you back around Wednesday, and we'll get you hooked up after you graduate. And my thought was, well, gee, I hope it's not like on Friday night or Saturday when she tries to hook me up. I like to be able to go home at least for the weekend. I still would have to get my hard copy of my license. I've only got my paper copy because it was going to take 5 business days for it to arrive. So I need to at least go home to get that and at least spend a little bit of time with my family. But then, yeah, next week, next Monday, I would hope to be out with a mentor, and we'll probably be out for 4 weeks, I'm thinking. So I don't know. It'll be interesting to see what happens. But yeah, so that's it. Interesting day today, and it's going to be interesting tomorrow, I'm sure. So if you're enjoying this, be sure to click like, subscribe if you're new, click that notification bell so that way you get notified when new content is uploaded to the channel, such as this vlog or several other stuff that I upload to the channel. I have my laptop here with me, and it now has Adobe Premiere and Adobe Photoshop on it, so I'm going to be working on some material to get uploaded to the channel. So good things are on the way. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you on the next episode. Have a killer awesome trucking day.